Welcome to your Reynolds HyFlex classroom. Today, we'll walk through how to set up your room for a seamless HyFlex session, step by step. Let's start by powering up the classroom displays. On the Shutdown touch panel, press Power On for the projector and display. On the instructor machine, log in with your Reynolds credentials. That includes the directory / then your Reynolds username. Once on the desktop, you have a couple options depending on your role. Option A is for HyFlex instructors who've pre-scheduled their Zoom meetings in Canvas. For instructions on how to pre-schedule Zoom meetings in Canvas, check out the links in the video description or the page where this video appears. Option B is for event staff who've pre-scheduled in the Zoom Workplace app or Zoom web portal found in Reynolds. And finally, option C is for instant meetings, typically also used by event staff or non-HyFlex instructors who haven't pre-scheduled a Zoom meeting and need one immediately. For option A, open a browser and log into Reynolds. Select the Canvas tile to launch Canvas. Navigate to your course. Click the Zoom link in the course navigation. Locate your next scheduled meeting and click Start to start your meeting. You'll then be prompted to select your microphone and video sources. Use the Zoom audio and video icons to unmute your microphone and turn on the video. You may need to change the video source from the drop-down to display the main professor camera. For option B, open the Zoom Workplace app from the desktop. Sign in with SSO, or single sign-on, not your email address. This is important. On the next screen, enter VCCS in the company domain text field. Then continue. You'll eventually be prompted to log in with your Reynolds credentials. And make sure it's with whatever account you use to pre-schedule the Zoom meeting. This ensures you will retain host controls. After verifying your login, locate your scheduled Zoom meeting on the right side of the app. Then click Start to launch and open the meeting. For option C, repeat steps from option B. After verifying your login into the Zoom Workplace app, click the orange New Meeting button to start an instant meeting. Now let's adjust the classroom camera. Use the pan and zoom controls under the PTZ camera label to frame yourself with enough space to move naturally while teaching. This helps you stay in frame, even if you pace, which is crucial for your remote students and those watching the recording back. With your camera set, let's look at how your classroom displays work together. At the podium, you'll notice two monitors. The instructor machine monitor in front of you is your main workspace. The secondary monitor, most classrooms will have it on your right, while some will have it on your left, extends your desktop, giving you more space to organize your materials. The projector screen behind you will mirror your instructor machine, what you see directly in front of you. Meanwhile, the TV display mirrors your secondary monitor. This setup lets you share content with remote students as long as you've enabled Zoom Share Screen while displaying something different to your in-person students. For example, you can present your Canvas course on the projector for in-room students while keeping Zoom's gallery participant view on the TV display to monitor your remote students. To extend your workspace, drag windows between the instructor machine and secondary monitor. Now let's talk about camera switching inside of Zoom. Click the arrow next to the video icon on the lower Zoom toolbar to see a list of available cameras. These devices won't be labeled Professor Cam or Document Cam. Instead, they'll appear by their hardware names like Cam Link 4K or USB camera, which isn't always obvious, so you may need to select and test to find the correct one you want to use. You'll have access to switch between 4 camera sources. Professor Camera, often labeled Cam Link 4K, which is mounted at the back of the room. This is your primary teaching view. document camera, positioned at the podium for sharing physical materials, papers, or objects, the instructor machine webcam, for a close-up shot at the podium, although its angle is often limited, and student camera, showing your in-room students to remote students in Zoom. Keep in mind, only one camera can be active at a time. While some instructors enable the instructor machine webcam for a closer shot, be aware the podium angle often cuts off part of the frame, making it unreliable. We also advise against adjusting the instructor machine's position for a better view. The angled arm or kickstand isn't designed to hold weight well and may collapse if repositioned. Switching cameras from the video icon is separate from screen sharing in Zoom. Changing this camera source does not affect what content is being shared through Zoom. Let's take a look at that now. Before sharing content, let's double check your Zoom settings to ensure everything's set up correctly. To speak to and let remote students hear you, be sure to unmute the ceiling mic using Zoom's audio button on the toolbar. Also, be sure the front ceiling microphone on the Crestron is also unmuted. Next, verify your camera is on using the video icon and the arrow next to it to choose the correct classroom camera. Again, typically this is the professor or Cam Link 4K camera, aka the view of you in front of your class. You'll use the arrow here to toggle video sources during class if needed. If your professor camera orientation is flipped, click the arrow next to the video icon and select Video Settings. Then enable or disable the Mirror My Video option as needed. Confirming these settings ensures Zoom is using the correct hardware and displays for your class. Also, be sure to review your host controls found in the Host Tools icon on the Zoom toolbar. Here, you can enable settings like the waiting room, lock meeting, and allow various permissions for your participants. Next, let's look at how to share content with your students. Click the green Share button on the Zoom toolbar, and you'll see a list of available screens and applications to share. We recommend choosing either Screen 1 or Screen 2, depending on where your content to be shared is displayed. It's best practice to share an entire screen rather than a specific application window. This allows you to switch between a PowerPoint slide, a website, or other materials without needing to stop sharing. A good habit is to always look for that green outline in Zoom around your shared content. That outline confirms the entire screen is being broadcast to your remote and in-class students. If you cannot locate the green outline, then you may have shared an application window rather than the entire screen. Start a new share, then select the appropriate screen. If you're playing videos or other media with sound, also remember to check the Share Sound checkbox in the Share Options window. Important: starting fall 2025, seeing content on the projector screen behind you doesn't automatically mean it's being shared in Zoom. You must click Share in Zoom and select the correct window or screen for your remote students to see. This is a key change in the new HyFlex classroom setup at Reynolds that all instructors and staff, whether new to HyFlex or returning, will need to keep in mind. Before class begins, it's important to test your audio setup. On the instructor machine, check the system volume isn't muted or too low. You can adjust this from the Windows system tray in the lower right corner next to the time and date. Look for the speaker icon. Open and play a short video to confirm the classroom speakers are working.
Hello, and welcome to another CETL asynchronous course.
Also, be sure the audio icon on the Zoom toolbar is unmuted. This allows your remote students in Zoom to hear you and any classroom audio picked up by the ceiling mic. The ceiling microphone on the Crestron should also be unmuted as well. To end class, click the End, then End Meeting for All button found in the lower right corner of Zoom. Log out of any browser you're logged into. Close any open applications open on the instructor machine. Then click the Windows icon on the lower toolbar. Select your name, then sign out on the instructor machine. Finally, and importantly, be sure to power off the projector and TV display on the Crestron. If you experience any technical issues during class, such as the instructor machine not powering on, login problems, or display sound issues, please contact the help desk for immediate support at extension 655555 on campus or 804-523-5555 if calling from a non-Reynolds phone. For HyFlex related questions, guidance on classroom strategies, or to schedule a one-on-one consultation, please reach out to CETL at CETL@reynolds.edu. Additional quick guides are also available on the CETL website and in the Reynolds Faculty Hub Canvas course. And that's it. You're all set to deliver a successful HyFlex class. If you need a refresher, this video and other resources will always be here to support you. Thanks for watching and good luck in your class.